Let's move on to FIFA.
Daniel?
I think everyone. No, I think
We're actually
Miranda.
excited for
People
FIFA.
wanna-
Yeah.
it's actually,
It's really-
a
it's
thing
really
to
It's
talk
got a
about.
cool sounding story mode, right?
Yeah, we're not here just going, oh, it's got better collision detection
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's
Better ball
basically a
handling.
single-player campaign
Yeah.
that has a branching storyline, dialogue options for
That's
post-match
so
interviews,
cool.
like Mass Effect, and it's built in Frostbite. The same
Yeah.
engine they use
Yeah.
for like Dragon Age and everything
Yeah.
else. So it's got this kind of mixture of soap opera, which modern sports essentially are soap opera for a lot of people. That's why people are interested in what happens off the pitch so much. I think
Yeah,
it's doing a
absolutely.
really good job of kind of conveying that.
Yeah, so one point I made is that, bringing it back to some of my other expertise with anime, is that there's so many popular sports anime because
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
gets so personal.
Yeah.
Like the sport is still very important to it, and it's a big part of enjoying it. But the drama is so intriguing, and like having that in FIFA makes it infinitely more interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I saw this a bit more about the journey, which is what they're calling this single-player mode a couple of weeks ago. So there's this fictional character called Alex Hunter, and you're trying to break through into the big time. And I saw the scene where he's been sent out on loan, his career's not doing so well. And yeah, it's in his room there that we're seeing right now
Oh.
at the training academy. And it was really depressing,
Yeah.
but in a good way. It was melodramatic as well, and this coach came out and was like, it's okay, son, everyone goes out alone sometime. Even David Beckham went out on loan. And it's like a bit cheesy, but I think in a really good way, like a really good soap opera.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when I was watching the trailer for this, it seemed like a sort of like coming of age triumph against adversity sports movie that you would
Yeah.
expect to see Hollywood make, right?
And it's what it actually translates into in terms of gameplay. When you play a match in this mode, it's like a regular game of FIFA, but the fictional character is highlighted on the pitch, and you have objectives to do. So if you make your debut for a team, if you impress the manager, you'll get extra points, which you can use and spend. And if your star is in the ascendancy, you'll get offered better sponsorship deals
Yeah.
and things like that. You can get a better apartment and all these kind of branching storylines.
Yeah, similar to what they did with NBA,
Yeah.
right?
And I'm sure if this is successful, it'll come to like other sports games. It'll come
Yeah.
to Madden.
Yeah.
I mean, sports games have flirted with career modes for ever.
Yeah.
For a long
Absolutely.
time.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to see them take more of the cinematic approach. Like, it was what we were talking about this earlier. It was Spike Jones was doing.
Yes, he did the NBA one.
Yeah, he was doing the NBA one. So it's interesting to see that come to
The
FIFA
NBA,
as well.
what?
2K17 had 2K16 had a kind of story mode.
Yeah.
Right, but what, Spike Jones was doing what specifically?
Spike Lee, sorry.
I'm sorry,
Spike Lee. I was gonna
Lee.
say.
Yeah, Spike Lee directed it.
Spike.
No
Yeah.
Spike.
You're the well-known Spike.
Yeah.
We have a question from Twitter we can bring up now. This one comes from our good friend, Orlando Zelaya. Do you think FIFA 17 story mode will be more successful and really bring something new to sports games than NBA 2K16 version?
It's hard to say because I didn't play the NBA 2K16. I've heard mixed reports on it. I think this brings an interesting talking point
Yeah.
to FIFA. Like, it's significantly different. For people who always go, oh yeah, I bet nothing's changed this year. There's a cool thing for you to experience and play around with. I have no idea how deep it is, whether you'd want to replay it and you get very different like storylines, because I know
Right.
Yeah.
early on you can choose to sign with a range of different Premier League teams. They make you different offers. So I don't know if they're all different storylines.
Yeah, it was similar to we were making the correlation to like the WWE series, right, where you create your own wrestler, and then if you lose a match, you know, it changes the storyline, and it's sort of dynamic like that.
Yeah.
But watching the trailer, it seems like he hits some low points. But if you win all your
do they always
matches,
happen?
does
Yeah.
he hit a low
it's like,
point?
do they force you to lose, or
Yeah.
maybe they have it so that your teammate messes everything up?
Yeah, and like
you
how big
sabotage.
is this like a 14-hour thing, or is it something you can go through in a couple of hours
Yeah.
as a film almost?
Yeah.
But,
I feel like
yeah.
if it's going to be multiple branches, they're going to be really short.
Yeah, and that's why they made such a fuss about bringing managers into it,
Sure.
because you have interactions with the managers. Like if you get sent off afterwards, you have to explain your actions through a
Yeah.
conversation wheel.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It seems really smart. Someone like me, I don't follow football,
Yeah.
but like this actually sounds interesting.
Yeah.
So, like,
Yeah, absolutely.
nah.
I'm pleased that I've got you calling it football.
Yeah.
I tell you that as a personal thing.
One
You're-
person
yeah.
at a time.
that's why I'm here this
Yeah.
week, just to make
Just
sure.
convert.
Okay, good.
I assumed you would just correct me anyway if I didn't call it that. So. We have another question from Twitter we can bring up now. Remember, tweet your questions at IGN with hashtag E32016, just like Liam Jones did. Do you think we will see any new features brought back from previous FIFA games in FIFA 17, such as team creations?
I'm sure this, with every iteration of FIFA, there's such a massive feature list,
Yeah.
and they choose to talk about it at different points. With this announcement. They've obviously gone with the Journey because it's such a kind of exciting new addition. I think we'll find more about those additional features over the coming months. You usually do another drop in a few months at
Wanna play that
Gamescom
game.
for Ultimate Team. Possibly, but I think, it'll be a while till we find out more.